Okay, so let's see. I am not sure how this one is going to go in terms of structure, but I already mentioned that I've been through this breakup that has been in the end of a short but very intense relationship, okay? And I think here is a few insights that over time I'm trying to incorporate and to be with and to live with, because it's not necessarily easy right now, but that's good. It shouldn't be. And I think that shows the meaning of it. So before we start, I just want to propose this idea that, many times in our lives, we read a book, we have or learn heuristics through other people's stories, through maybe sometimes our own actions, maybe sometimes it's through burning our own hand, but maybe some people, and sometimes, we can learn through stories, archetypes, tropes. And I think that these are infinitely valuable. And one more thing that it's very important to talk about before we continue, where I want to bring this topic, is that many times I think we live in a societal ideal in which through these stories, through ideas that are cultivated and almost indoctrinated into our psyche through society, we have images in our head on how things should be. And sometimes we have the opportunity, we have the gift that sometimes things look as how they should be on paper, on the huge propagated chart of this idealized situation, like a cosmic love connection, right? How this random person perfectly fits and falls into your lap almost, and shows you that you have the capacity to love again, which I have just been there. I have believed again after taking a huge sabbatical to focus on myself, to focus on my business, to truly cultivate new habits and new patterns in my life. Out of the blue, this person came and drops down into my life and uproots everything. It's an Armageddon, it's an explosion, it's new capacity, it's everything at the same time. And I cannot believe it. I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm looking at this person and I'm like, this cannot be real. That cannot be happening to me. Is this real? Is this even allowed? Am I allowed to be here? Am I allowed to experience this love? And then this goes on and it gets deeper and deeper and gets cultivated deeper and deeper. And this person inside me, this indoctrinated fragment of me is like, wow, you have this invisible string connection. That this is actually cosmic. This cannot go south. And then the red flag shows up. And you open up to this person, right? So, okay, but before we continue with the open up to this person thing, let's for a moment just rationalize this. So the two things, the idealized scenarios which we build up as a society, different cultures will have different motives and different arcs through which we express the ideal, but then we still have this ideal sometimes in our head. And when we meet the road and we hit our marks, then we are almost complimented. We are riding the wave of this societal ideal, which is complete fucking bullshit, by the way, because no one is going to fucking tell you where you should be. You're writing your own journey, and just because your grandma is so closed-minded that it tells you that you should already be married because in her age, you can fucking flip the middle finger off. They're like, bro, this is your story. This is your future. You make the rules, not fucking society. Partake in it, sure, but don't allow it to dictate your own journey. It's your journey. Just because you didn't hit a few marks at this time, this age, it doesn't really describe you at all. So that's one, the ideal, and the other one is the heuristic, okay? So the heuristic and the ideal, the learned lessons, the takeaways through which we learn some experiences and how to, like, you know, frame them in our minds. Let's not put our hands on the stove because it will fucking burn it. And it's not nice. And the ideal stories through which we strive for sometimes. And we don't pay attention, and the rug gets pulled, okay? But then, I said, like, I'm continuing the thread. You start loving this person, right? You start to trust again. You open up your deepest fears about your deepest secrets, about your deepest emotions, about the hurts, the incapabilities that you have experienced with others, the incompatibility that you have experienced with others, and how and you start recognizing that, wow, this person is still here, it's still accommodating, it's loving, it's almost like infinitely loving. And then for a moment you just let it go. You accept it as a safety net, and you accept the story, you accept their narrative, you accept their person, their trust. And this person, I still believe that despite the dichotomy that went through her head, this person, what she showed me, and I still infinitely love this person. This is why it's so hard to let it go. But more on that in a moment. But so this person was truly present, they are truly there, but something is not okay. Something is not okay, but at this point, like, you are, falling into this societal trap of the romanticized story. It's perfect. It was meant to be. It was written, it's in the fucking star charts, right? This is it. I just have to walk it and not fuck it up, not trip. That's my only thing. I didn't know I have a capacity to love this way. I didn't know I have the capacity to connect this way. Now I just have to walk this path, hold the hand of the other person, and not fear anything. Trust the universe. Right? Right. So then you get fucked. Right? Yeah. Because the thing is that sometimes we ignore the underlying patterns that are being shown to us. For me, it was probably not being in a relationship for a while and then meeting someone so highly compatible and not recognizing their deep hurts and their insecurities. And also, I think that it would have been really important to me, and maybe, like, in case this person is watching this, right? Maybe she is. I truly, truly have no hard feelings. In fact, I wish you would have been more willing to come back and work on this, right? So where was I going? What I was saying is that I have overlooked the reality that while I might be there, this other person was not, despite her words. Yeah. It's almost like, did you sleep with a gun underneath our bed? And I don't think that if she did, it was intentional, right? I don't think that people want to hurt other people on purpose. I think what happens is they are deeply hurt. And in the process of trying to find the way out of their pain, they pull people down with them into the abyss, into the chaos that they're deeply experiencing inside. And that's okay. That's okay, because I think that now that this relationship is over for a few weeks, and I am at this melting point of understanding, but grief still being very present, I think that I was waiting for some sort of closure, some sort of reach out, some sort of connection, maybe, the avoidant personality type that she was, maybe she is going to reach out to me, but it never happened. Never happened. And I think that what I have learned from this is that I'm infinitely grateful for the heuristics and for the sheer experience and spectrum of emotions, that both the highs and the lows, the laughs and the cries that I managed to go through, because this is the only way to learn and improve. I could have went on without a relationship, grinding and like pushing myself infinitely into work escapism, trying to grind and not open up to possibilities and to new relationships and new people in my life, or old new people like this person was. But I think conclusively, this is the best thing that ever could have happened to me. 1 second, something's happening. Yeah, so something was happening in the bathroom. I don't know, noises. But case in point, I think no matter what you're going through, no matter how deep it is, no matter how tragic it is, okay, the sheer luck that you are here to experience it is already infinite, right? Yes, it's shit. And I don't want to discount any painful experience, from chronic pain to grief to losing, even a body part, or just like being, crippled or anything, right? These are tragic fucking things, but what I'm saying is that we are here to observe how the universe is discovering itself and understanding itself through our conscious experience, and we are here to observe a spectrum. And sometimes we are gifted to not only have the heuristics and the lessons and the experiences through a book, through the lens of other people, but through the lenses of ourselves, our no selves, our illusion, our ego-binded illusion, but still our own illusion. And then here is where we can grow as a person, grow as individuals, and grow as societies, because here is where the true lesson lies. Going through it, allowing it to emerge and be and pass away, because whatever arises will pass away. Everything is transient. If it happens, it will go away. So does life, as I usually say, right? We are born, and the most natural thing opposing birth is death. And in the meantime, we have this huge spectrum in which we can have the unfolding experience and discovery of the universe playing in high quality in our mind and in front of our mind's eye. And that is a fucking profound gift. So, yeah, I think that's what I wanted to say today. And that my takeaway is that I'm here for the grief, and I'm here for the pain, and I'm grateful for them as much as I was grateful for the love and this high capacity of happiness that was embedded in the relationship. So I'm infinitely grateful for these things. And I'm not running away from it, but I'm allowing it to be. Because that's where true knowledge and the true depth of our experiences lie, not to run away, not to bottle them up, not to push them aside, but to allow them to emerge without the ego judging, without us being present and see the beautiful unfolding of experience. Because no experience is going to last. Whatever comes will pass. And that's true liberation. And that's true wisdom, because it allows us to trust a little bit more that no matter the pain, and no matter the sorrow, and whatever happens, it's going to be okay, right? Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I guess see you next time.